Oh, hey, Snow.
Hey, MJ.
So much for global warming.
What? Oh, because it's freezing
Yeah,
today?
because it's freezing out. It's Arizona. This is not what I signed up for.
Despite what people think, like, I've lived here all my life, I'm like, oh, it does get cold in the desert and can get cold in the desert.
It does. This is nothing out of the normal.
Yeah.
But don't you love it when they come out of the woodwork whenever it gets cold and they just say, "Oh, so much for global warming."
For those 6 days a year. Literally, that's what people here do. They're like, it will freakishly snow or whatnot, which it did snow here, but I mean, it melted by like 10 a.m., but it did technically snow. When I left this morning, there was like water dripping off my roof from the snow that had been melting.
Yeah, I didn't get any snow in my house.
Yeah, well, we got some down here, but yeah, it always cracks me up, the people that are like, so much for global warming. I'm like, dude, it freakishly snowed like one day, and it's now freezing for 2 days in a row. We've literally had basically fall all, like, I would say November and December were like fall. They were not like winter.
60s every day.
Yeah, because there was part of the day where I'm at work and I'm like, I mean, I have a physical job, so I'm like, I'm fucking burning up. I'm over here sweating. I'm like, I thought it was supposed to be winter.
Well, I bring that up because Ted Nugent went on his podcast and he just went off. If you believe in global warming, you have shit for brains. If you're into electric cars, you have shit for brains. If you think windmills are a good source of power, you have shit for brains. Someone just opened up your head and just shit in there. I'm just going, man, Ted, why are you so angry towards...
How much does the gas and oil company pay you, motherfucker? Like, that's what do they pay to advertise on his podcast? They've got to.
I don't.
Because it's
who
like,
would?
How is wind energy and solar energy a bad thing? They're literally free. Like, they come from the atmosphere. They come from the sun and the wind.
Right, and natural resources are going to run out someday. Most likely.
Right.
I mean, we don't know that for sure, but most likely.
Well, and here's the thing, too. I mean, let's be real about this. It cracks me up when folks like him, with that brain, sit there and their intentions are to try to make the left look stupid and come down on them. It's like, we all know that we're not fully switching over to the other thing. Why can't you get on board with maybe some people can go for the electric car and some people can still have the fuel car?
I mean, I'm sure Ted...
What the fuck? That's what I don't understand.
I'm sure in Ted Nugent's lifetime, his big 4x4, which I imagine he must have, is not going away.
With the like AR-15s attached to the back, so he's ready to go any moment.
Oh, what an asshole he is.
Well, it's just stupid though to sit there and say that we're still going to be on some fossil fuels. That's not what the left is saying. I'm sorry, if that's what you're getting out of it, then maybe you need to learn like critical thinking skills. Maybe go to like community college. They have critical thinking in community college. Be a cheap class. Go take that. Learn different ways how to use your brain.
Well, then he goes off on how, Biden has ruined America and, it's a shell of itself and it's a hellhole now. And it's kind of like, well, Ted, aren't you a America love it or leave it guy? So why don't you just leave it?
Right.
Just leave it. Just go up to Canada, go to Manitoba and just hunt elk.
I know. Wouldn't you be super happy up there? Like, and I'm not bagging on that. Like, maybe I would want to live in Canada. I wouldn't want to hunt because what? why go through all that trouble when I would go buy stuff from people who hunt? I mean, I wouldn't mind doing that, but I don't want to do the work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was talking to some guys at work, and they're talking about how you have to put deer pee on you in order to attract the animals. And I go, you know, the more that I hear about hunting, the more of a pain in the ass it sounds like to me. You gotta do all this shit just to get yourself some meat. I mean, like, that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
You know? When I go on vacation, I like to do no work. I like to lay out by the beach, you know?
I mean,
to each their own, though.
Hey, I've deer hunted before.
Yeah?
You know, I've never got one.
Did you have to put pee on you?
No.
Okay.
That's probably why I never got one.
That probably not.
But you have to sit there
To like drown yourself in pee.
Still all day.
Just
in the
sitting
cold,
there.
You know, just
Can you even
still.
drink? Like, can you sit there and drink beers?
It's not a good idea.
Not if you're trying to stay alert and stay on top of the deer and get ready to kill it, right?
You know, I once went deer hunting up in Vermont with my former brother-in-law, and you know, you don't really want to hunt together. You kind of go into the woods and you split off.
So you don't even have a buddy to talk to.
Yeah, but you know, and I didn't know where I was.
Do you get walkie-talkies?
No, we didn't have walkie-talkies, which would have been a good idea, because it got to be because you stay out there till it's almost dark, because almost dark is the best time.
Right.
Well, I'm like, okay, you sure you know your way out? Yep. I'm like, all right, because I have no idea where I am. And it's really easy when you get deep in the woods to get turned around.
Right.
You don't know north, south, east, west before cell phones and the compass on the phone. And he got to his tree stand, and he had filled his pockets full of beers and whatever, you know, a little flask. He comes out, dude, you know the way out, man? I'm wasted.
He's like shit-faced.
Dude, so we were out there for 2 hours after dark. Thank God my sister was driving up and down the street honking the horn, and we were able to find our way out.
See, you gotta, and then you gotta set up somebody like that. You gotta like get with your spouse or your sister or loved one and be like, hey, if we're not back by this amount of time, start driving down the road honking for us so we can come. Like, it seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean,
to maybe get some meat.
You know, I think I could have done it more because I never actually shot anything. But if I was like a wildlife photographer, that part is cool. It's kind of cool to get out there, get into nature, and like see the other animals. Not necessarily what you're hunting, but you know, it is cool. It's peaceful and shit like that. But it's fucking cold.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not against hunting or anything, but like my thing would be, because you know me, I try to. I mean, like, I've since bought my beef from a local farmer. You know, and they do all this stuff. I'm not saying that they don't have to hunt. They have to have them graze there, you know, and then go have them slaughtered. But still, like, I wouldn't mind supporting that local kind of stuff like that. I wouldn't mind doing that, you know, support local. And it's better than like the factory raised stuff. It definitely tastes better, you know. I have to order my seafood out because we're a landlocked state. I mean, like, the seafood in the grocery stores here is crap, you know?
Yeah. The other hunting story I have, I didn't realize we'd go off on this tangent, was I was hunting with this other friend. And I was in an area we knew, but we split up. And I hear a gunshot really close, because you can tell really loud. Boom! And the second one, boom! And then I don't hear anything, so I'm kind of trying to make my way to where I heard that. And all of a sudden I hear, about 10 minutes later, I hear this, Mike. I'm like, oh, I'm coming. And I get up, and my friend is leaning up against a tree, and he's sitting there smoking a cigarette. And he goes, I dropped my gun. And he holds up his hand, and it was all bloody. I'm like, oh my God. What the fuck? What the fuck are we going to go? He goes, oh shit. Okay. I'm going to go get somebody. And then he goes, oh no, just kidding. I just shot a deer. It's right over there.
Oh, wow.
I was like,
so he pranked
good
you.
joke, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good prank.
But I will tell you, dragging a dead 180-pound deer out of the woods is not fun.
No, see? More work.
Yeah, then you have to clean it, which is not fun.
Right.
So I learned my lesson.
It just sounds like too much work. I'd rather pay somebody, buy some meat off of somebody else that goes out and does it.
But Ted Nugent, hey.
Support local.
To each your own.
Right.
You know? But he must know, I mean, like the deer, maybe they don't get as big, or because the food is hard to find. I don't know. You think he would know shit like that. But speaking of pedophiles.
Right in from Ted Nugent into pedophile.
The Epstein list came out.
All right.
And dun dun dun. Or should we say wah wah wah.
Stuff we already knew.
There really wasn't anything shocking on it.
Not even one name.
No. I mean, you had Bill Clinton. We sort of knew he was going to be on it. Mm-hmm. Prince Andrew, of course.
They were already mentioned. Bill Clinton was already mentioned, not as being a pedo, but being friends, being associates.
Yeah. Alan Dershowitz.
Already knew that one.
Yeah. You know, former.
They said that he did do stuff.
Former Trump attorney.
Right.
And he came out and said, oh, well, just guilt by association. I'm like, oh, okay, then apply that to Bill Clinton, too. Then. But
that girl said that he did. She said she named him. And he got all pissed. Yeah. If you watch that documentary on Netflix. Yeah.
And Trump was on it.
Yeah.
Now,
they showed him, too, in the documentary. Now, they didn't say that he did anything with girls.
Yeah. And in these documents, there's no wrongdoing said against Clinton or Trump. Mm-hmm. Trump had something to do with they were flying on Epstein's private plane. They wanted to land in Atlantic City, so they said over the radio, "Hey, we got to call up Trump," meaning they wanted to go to his casino.
Right. Back when he still could have casinos.
And I'm sure Trump comped him everything on it because they were friends back in the day.
Right.
You know, hey, it's a fact that they were friends. There's many pictures of them together. Not saying Trump did anything wrong, but they were friends.
Right.
But Tommy Loren comes out and says, well, the only reason Trump's name is on there is because they're trying to hurt them and distract from the pedophiles that are on that list.
No, they're trying to call out all the pedophiles on the list.
Well, not even pedophiles. People, it was court documents and people that were associated with this court case.
Right, but with them producing the list of the names, then they're going to get people thinking if these people actually did stuff with young girls or not. You know, I mean, that's obviously where people's minds are going to go. I don't understand why she's only sticking up for Trump, though. Then stick up for all of their innocents and say, hey, they're innocent until proven guilty or until more information comes out.
No, but that's not how it rolls. Because, of course, they rail on Bill Clinton. I was watching the Fox News coverage of it. And, of course, they say
Clinton, hoping to be Trump's next wife. You know, let's get real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was
I'm too old now.
It was Fox News was the one that was only focusing on Clinton. Didn't even mention Trump's name was on the list. Didn't name Alan Dershowitz on the list at all. Mm-hmm. It was just Bill Clinton.
Well, yeah, they're going to focus. They hate the Clintons. And, like, damn near probably every Republican in America probably hates Clintons, too. I mean...
Well, it's a good thing he's not running for president, right?
Yeah. Well, he can't. Let's get this in people's head. He cannot because he has already served 2 terms, people.
And where is it said that information is on there? Where is that law?
Oh, in the Constitution.
In the Constitution.
Yeah.
So people can be disqualified for being president.
Yeah. The founders kind of set it up that way. Probably to, combat a situation that might go bad.
That's not how some people think.
No, some people only like to bring up like the Constitution and whatnot when it suits whatever point they're trying to make. And then other times they'd like to pretend it's not there. Like, remember when Trump came out and said that we need to do away with the Constitution and some of his fans were cool with that?
Yeah.
It's like, what? Like, just get rid of it now? What?
Well, they just want...
What?
They just want him.
Wait, but why is it this orange man comes along who has fooled you all? Because he literally does not give a fuck about not even one of you, okay?
Yeah.
Not a one of you does he give a fuck about.
Well, no, that's not 100% true, because he's going to show up at this hearing in D.C. To see if this case can proceed or not, only because he would intend to fundraise off of that after. So he does care if he can make a buck off them.
Yeah, but he doesn't care about them. He cares about their money.
No.
Yeah, he cares about draining more money from them. From people who are already fucking poor. It's like, dude.
So I guess two things that he wants to go before the Supreme Court is it wasn't an insurrection. Mm-hmm. Okay. And number two, if it was an insurrection, because he was a president and the president isn't an officer of the United States, however he reached that conclusion, he cannot be convicted of any crimes. Now, if that's true, Joe Biden, if the Supreme Court rules in his favor on that one, that the president has absolute power, then Joe Biden can absolutely do anything, can he? Couldn't Joe Biden technically appoint Barack Obama to be his successor?
Yeah, but they're not going to do that.
They're not going to.
They know the way that the rules work. So, like, I mean, and that argument, when we even try to say that to them, I mean, I get what you're saying, and I appreciate it, but I'm like, they don't even understand that. They don't even understand a concept like that. They don't fucking get it. All they get is, we're going to do whatever it takes to get our fucking cult leader back in because he's fighting for us. He loves us. He's told us before that we're all special and that he loves us.
Yeah, and I'm doing this not for me, but for you.
I am doing this for you. They are attacking you. Like, he says that all these things, like these 91 counts, these are all things that they're putting against you. This isn't against me. This is against you. But I am here as your protector, as your warrior.
Don't you also find it funny that the same people that are investigating Hunter Biden and him allegedly funneling this money back to his father, allegedly, supposedly, are also the ones that shut down the investigation the Democrats were doing about Trump receiving money while he was in office from foreign countries?
I know. And what about his kids and his son-in-law? Like, how much money did they make off when they worked in the White House?
Wasn't it? Didn't you?
They were actually on the fucking staff.
Well, then as soon as he left office, Kushner got like billions from the South.
Yeah, from that MBS.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Where is the critical thinking there?
There isn't any.
You know, like, okay, and if Biden somehow was accepting bribes funneled through his son, yeah, of course, if you have evidence of that, but they don't have a shred of evidence.
Well, here's the thing, too. Biden said, go ahead and investigate my son. I mean, how much of a stand-up guy is that? He's like, go ahead and do it, you know? I'm not going to stand in the way of this. I'm not going to call it off. You go right ahead and do it.
Yeah, and then they say, okay.
Do you think Trump would do that?
No, because...
Even though I don't really think that he loves his kids. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he would do that, because then Ivanka. Shit will come out against him. Well, he wants to fuck Ivanka, but does he really love her? I don't know. Love and lust, two different things.
I don't know. It's all just crazy. I mean, they're bringing the impeachment hearings against Biden without any evidence. But the Democrats had like this 150-something page document with direct evidence of the payments that these, like the China made to the Trump hotels and stuff like that. But they shut down that investigation.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Because they don't want people to find out the shit that's going on. Not that it would make a difference. Like, that's why I don't even know why they shut these things down. And I don't know why Trump doesn't get mad at them for shutting them down. Because you would think he'd be like, don't shut it down. You're infringing on me being able to fucking rip these people off. What the fuck are you doing? I could campaign. I could fundraise off of this. You know? I don't know why he's not getting mad at them. He's like, you're taking away more shit that they could dig up that I could fucking milk these motherfuckers for every dime they have. Because they're dumb enough to send it to me.
You know, but couldn't he still do that with just disappearing, though?
Right, yeah.
Just
because he could just still send his emails out from wherever he lived. And I'm sure he will do that if he, does not end up having to pay for any of the shit that he's done. I'm sure he will go away and he will, till the day he dies, fundraise off of these dumb shits. He literally makes money off of his name. Why the fuck would he not continue it?
Couldn't he start his own podcast network and just do a nightly video podcast and just air his grievances out and charge his fans?
Charge him subscribe. He could be on OnlyFans. He could be on fucking OnlyFans. He'd probably be the most popular of all those people. They'd be like, well, I've got my jerk off sites that I jerk off to, but now I could fucking pay Trump to see that fucking orange face all day. Yes.
Stormy Daniels said I had a mushroom dick.
And some of them would still probably jerk off to that one too. Yeah. You know what I mean? Oh God, I love Trump in the morning.
I'm going to prove I don't have a mushroom dick. So for $12.99 a month, you can see that I do not have a mushroom dick.
God. Don't give him any ideas. He probably will do that.
So this whole Epstein list, it was kind of like Geraldo when he opened Capone's vault. You had all that lead up and just like, oh shit, what are we gonna find? And you were probably not old enough for it. But
I remember hearing about it.
But I was old enough to watch it.
I didn't watch it, but I remember hearing about it.
I just remember the disappointment when
and how it was a big nothing
there was
burger.
Nothing there.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with this list. There's really nothing there. I don't know why the courts waited so long to unseal it.
So who were the other names? Was it even anyone that we knew?
There's like this guy that runs this French modeling agent, and there's other businessmen, but nobody you would know. No names.
I'm going to ask you this one because someone at work had said that they had heard that this person was supposed to be on it. They said Tom Hanks, and I'm like,
no.
What? I'm like, where are you getting that from?
No, Tom Hanks was not.
I've never heard of Tom Hanks hanging out with those folks.
Yeah.
I'm like...
And much to Karen Rodgers.
That must have been like a conspiracy.
Yeah. Well, because if you're in Hollywood and you ever said shit about Trump, then you're probably on the list.
Oh.
And much to Karen Rodgers' disappointment, Jimmy Kimmel was not on the list.
Oh, Karen. Karen's crying his conspiratorial tears right now.
Well, you know where that gets a little bit sticky is he said that on Pat McAfee's podcast or videocast, whatever, video show that is shown on ESPN. Well, ESPN and ABC are owned by Disney. Now, what's Jimmy Kimmel's network? ABC. And Disney really frowns on their hosts going after each other. So Pat McAfee had to come out and say, hey, I apologize for what Aaron Rodgers said. Karen Rodgers has not come out and apologized for it. It was more like, oh, can't take a joke. I'm like, no.
I know. Then it turns into, Oh, I was just kidding. Well, then, you know what? If you're going to tell jokes like that, could you at least fucking be funny?
Yeah.
Like, there was no humor in that. There was no effort. He just tried to say that he was probably going to be on the list.
Yeah, and
make a joke then, dickhead.
And if you get on the wrong side, as we've learned with everything, absolutely everything, any court case, any prosecutor, any judge, anybody, if you do anything that goes against what these MAGA people go, you get death threats. So Jimmy Kimmel came out with a statement, goes, "Hey, you put my family in danger," which Jimmy Kimmel could be right. He could probably get death threats because allegedly he was associated with Jeffrey Epstein.
Why can't these people, like whenever the idiots, the conspiracy freaks, the morons, all are publicly making statements like this, why don't the other people fight back with fucking suing them for like libel or slander? I would.
That's what Kimmel threatened to do.
I'm like, why don't you fucking sue them? Because apparently the only thing that these people really answer to is money. Money is their god. So fucking hit them where it hurts and take their money.
Well, Kimmel said...
Fuck them.
Kimmel said, pretty much this is a warning. If you bring this up again, we will debate this in court.
I'll see your fucking ass in court. You damn right. And when is the NFL going to realize that Karen Rod, a little bit out there, too, he's apparently, you know what? It's like, hey, bitch, you're not that great no more. You need to focus on football, okay? Because your other shit, you're always dead wrong, kind of like your fucking football games lately. I mean...
Yeah,
or go away and enjoy your retirement.
Like the NFL does put people on a tight leash. Like they fined Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes after they criticized the referees after that one game where the guy was offsides.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know. Maybe the NFL would look into something like that, He
needs to leave the NFL. I mean, what does he really contribute to the NFL anyways?
Well, nothing this year.
He's fucking overpaid for what he does. And then he has the balls to sit there and fucking lash out at other people. It's like, you can't even do your fucking job. And you only got to work, a few months a year?
Well,
Fuck off.
Well, he did come off his, his Achilles being torn in like 8 weeks.
Good for him. Probably because he didn't get that vaccine. If he would have got that vaccine, he would have been out probably forever.
Although maybe the NFL should look into how he recovered so quickly.
Oh, you think like steroids or something?
I don't think so. I mean, I doubt. I wouldn't make that accusation.
Any rumors. Yeah.
But
Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, so the whole thing.
Maybe doing all of his natural shit does work.
So. I don't know. So it was big nothing. But the crazies out there, of course, they put out the wrong list. You know how the wackos that are out there? And
they grabbed the wrong Post-it.
Yeah. Even though these are court documents that were unsealed, they still think there's some kind of massive cover-up. Which I kind of bought into a little bit too. I kind of went, I wonder what names are on that list. I wonder if Bill Gates is on it.
Oh, I'm sure. Bill Gates, who's the...
Well, and you were wondering...
the guy that the funder on the left that they always like to rail on.
Oh, the guy that used to be World War II. What's his name? Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I know. I can't think of his name offhand, but yeah.
See, that's how much we're brainwashed. You don't know. George Soros.
Yes. I'm sure he's on there. I mean, fucking A.
If they're a Democrat, they're on that list.
Let's just check their voting rolls and see who they voted for, and then we can say if they're on the list or not.
That's what they should do. They take the list of all the Democratic senators and congressmen, all the liberal Supreme Court justices, all the former Democrat presidents and just put out that list and like, that's Epstein's list. Right
I
there.
know. Yeah. It's crazy.
So,
what are you going to do?
what are we going to do? I don't know.
We'll have to just sit on the edge of our seats waiting for...
I'm going to go watch
for that new list.
I'm going to go watch the town hall with DeSantis and Nikki Haley. And just so...
You're a braver man than I.
Just so I can see and join with them in thoughts and prayers in the latest school shooting in Iowa that one sixth grader got killed. Because that's all we can do is thoughts and prayers.
All right.
That's all we can do. There's no sense of even having the debate anymore. Or even, whatever. Just thoughts and prayers.
That's really all they can offer.
It's too soon.
That's the solution.
Well, we're talking about this on the podcast. It's too soon to talk about this.
How dare you talk about it right now? It is far too soon to discuss anything. This is not the time for this. This is not the time.
And that is a valid argument because by the time they get around to saying, okay, this is the time, there'll be another one.
But it will not be the time again.
Yes, because we can't talk about it because this is almost a daily occurrence in the United States.
Do you suppose that's why they do it that way?
That is a brilliant thought.
Conspiracy theory of mine.
Hey, if they can have their conspiracies like the Epstein list is not the list.
So can we.
So can we. Yeah, we can make shit up.
I know. Just pull it right out of our ass.
All right, so we told you we'd come on once the names were announced, and you know what? It was nothing, but we're here to tell you it was nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here, people.
Nothing at all.
So until next time.
Bye, y'all.
We will see you. Bye.